Hey guys, welcome to Chrysalis Invictus. Today I have a new moon in Cancer reading for you. So we're going to see what kind of magic you're bringing into your life, into your career, and into love. So first we'll start with magic my viewers bringing into their life at this time. Okay, so we have the Ace of Wands. This really feels like a harvest. So this feels like you're bringing in bounty, you're bringing in resources, you're drawing in tools to do your work or to build something. Okay, so you're creating something new and you're drawing in the tools for that. Yeah, and this is like bringing in things that are more nourishing. So I feel like during this time you may be eating healthier foods, you may be just drawn to activities, people, things that are healthier, things that are nourishing. Okay, we'll clarify the Ace of Wands. For the Ace of Wands. Oh my gosh, this is perfect. Okay. So the Fool, obviously, this is a new beginning. With the eclipse here, you know, we came through eclipse season and I really feel like, I don't know if we're still in it, honestly. I haven't been keeping up with the astrology recently, but leave a comment down below if you know. What I'm getting from this is that there was something that you were releasing or manifesting. There was a leap of faith that you took during an eclipse or during eclipse season that kind of cemented a new path for you. So what I'm getting here is, see this path here? This is an old path, okay? This is an old, well-worn path. This is something that you have walked many times over. And your destination, whether you knew it or not, was this tree. Beyond this tree is a whole other path that you cannot see. And you went with faith to the tree, and you are now there. You can now see the path beyond. With the Ten of Pentacles, you know, this is a card of generations and of passing things on, and with the Pentacle here, it's feeding everyone, so everyone is connected. So it feels like here that you have made strong connections for the future, or at the very least your mind is set toward that. Like you have this new beginning. And you're calling in the tools to create this family or business or whatever it is. With the Six of Wands, this is victory. And you see we have the cat here. So the cat has made it, it's elevated. And it's elevated in partnership, community. This is also a hand fasting, it looks like. So I'm really getting, you know, I'm trying not to run ahead into love life, but I'm really getting that there is a lot here to do with that, with coming together. But there's like a sacred union that comes in as abundance. Now, this could also be the sacred union of the feminine and masculine within you as well, if you've been working on harmonizing those things. That's definitely here. Okay. So let's see what's going on in your, that's kind of more generally. I think this is, it's speaking to all aspects. So we're just going to clarify these and keep reading. So I feel like in your love life, you're definitely in a space to call in a partnership or to strengthen an existing partnership. Yeah. Page of Chalices, the Nine of Swords, and the Hermit. Okay. So one of the challenges here for your abundance at this time, or for your partnership, is that you're not really wanting to put yourself out there too much, or that's not the energy that is available to you at this time. This is more of a time of going inward. There's a lot of anxieties to deal with, or stressors. This to me really feels like someone preparing, looking toward the winter, looking toward seasons when there isn't bounty, when there isn't harvest. But this person is doing that while it's summer, so out of season. Okay, so one of the things that, or one of the pieces of advice that I'm getting here for your magic is to stay present with what you have and to not prepare for what you don't have. So while it is good to be vigilant and to, take care of your survival, this is kind of this is sort of overshooting the mark on survival. This is kind of being in that space a little bit too much. But I'm going to circle back to the beginning here with the Two of Chalices. This is again, so these are overall energies for the reading. And so we have the Two of Chalices, partnership. Again, this could be your feminine and masculine coming into union. If you know that you have been sort of off balance in yourself. So maybe you have been really, really hyper-focused on your career or on masculine aspects, action. This could be that your feminine has come in and softened that, and now you're in that space. But what I'm seeing here, and again, this eclipse, is that there is a need for both lunar and solar magic here. That where you're going, you can't get there strictly from working with the moon or from working with the sun. You need to work with both. Okay? You know, this is God and goddess, sun and moon, dark and light. What is created in this space between. So part of this could be that you come into, or that you draw toward you. This is an excellent time to draw a relationship toward you, a divine partnership toward you, if that's what you're looking for. This is an excellent time to do that or create that harmony within yourself. And that divine partnership could be the missing piece, but we're looking for relationships that are nourishing. So looking around you, is this relationship nourishing for me, or is this something that is hurting or harming me in some way? This is a very magical time. Like the cards that I am drawn to pull out for my clients and for myself in general, a lot of it is very mystical, very magical. So this is an excellent time to be drawing these things towards you. With the Fool clarified by the Page of Chalices, there is this, it's almost like a child out in the wild, surrounded by fairies, listening to the spirits, being very attuned, being childlike, having childlike wonder, having having a childlike imagination, both of these things. This could also be that wisdom is coming through children at this time. So, you know, paying a close attention to maybe something that a child in your life may be saying, or taking that childlike energy out into nature. I see here that water is significant for working this magic as well. So you may, if you have access to a water site, you may want to work by the water. And using or not limiting your imagination. Like allowing yourself to fully kind of release the need to be logical or to try and control, and just kind of like let go. With the 10 of Pentacles and the 9 of Swords. So again, this is you calling in your future. But one of the things that happens with the 10 of Pentacles is that you're also calling in your past. So just like we have here the masculine and feminine, we also have the past, present, and future. I feel here that there's some kind of hunting for information that has been happening, or an appetite for information about ancestry, perhaps. Again, okay, so the two things that I'm getting very, very strongly in the collective right now are that it's an excellent time to work magic, and that it's an excellent time to connect with ancestors. Okay, so if you are someone who works with your ancestors, or if you're drawn to working with your ancestors, you know, now might be a good time to start with that. Okay, so if you're wondering how you can do that, there are a number of ways. I just recently got a book called Ancestral Tarot, and you know, it's using tarot cards to connect with ancestors. So it's kind of interesting in that way. Like, it's got spreads and things like that. But you can work with, like I do ancestral work. You can work with someone who can guide you through journeys, meditations, that kind of thing. This could also be looking into your genealogy. But there's something there. There's like a root or a core of anxiety, of restlessness, of sleeplessness, of you're kind of being held hostage by some sort of idea that is really wrapped up in, I want to say, lack. So this could be that because of your upbringing, you sort of are familiar with lack. You're familiar with needing to plan and prepare for not having. This is kind of like planning and preparing to have. Act as if you already have it. Act as if you are already at the 10 of Pentacles. What does that look like? Okay. So another part of this, if it's not ancestral, could be taking a journey into that space of the future. So this is visualizing yourself already where you want to be. Okay, what is your home like? What are, you know, who is around you? What kind of clothes do you wear? What kind of food do you eat? Acting as if you are already there. Okay, thanking the universe for what you already have. It's like stepping into the painting in Mary Poppins. Okay, following Bert into the chalk painting. And then with the 6 of Wands clarified by the Hermit, this is like an inner victory. Okay, this is an inner abundance. This is why I'm emphasizing so much that I feel that it's a masculine and feminine balance within you more than a partnership that you're drawing toward you. But if you are already balanced and you are ready, you're to draw in, someone else, this is such a great time to do that. But it's strange because it's, the Hermit. So it's like drawing something into your inner world. So rather than going for the victory that comes with a trophy or a medal, it's like an inward trophy or medal, if that makes sense. Like it's like the wisdom, the knowledge, it's feeling it in yourself regardless of what anyone else says or feels. So maybe you're not sharing much of this information. I do feel like a lot of this magic seems like it can be practiced by one or two people. I'm not really, with the people behind here, I'm getting that could be more of a generational sort of ancestors behind you, loved ones who have passed on, spirits, energies, entities. So really calling in your guides and having that strong. But this is magic that's worked between two people. Now is an excellent time for sex magic with the partnership here. For divine union, so creating marriages, creating those kinds of bonds. We're also coming up to Lunasa. And Lunasa was celebrated for about a month. It's a big, long harvest festival, and a lot of marriages in the Celtic world occurred during Lunasa. And fasting, I should say. So we are coming up, we are in that season where people are kind of binding themselves to each other. So it could be that you are creating that magic, but everything is coming from this place of wisdom, this place of self-satisfaction. Okay, so let's get you, we'll do one more round to get you some more advice. What is the advice here? Okay, overall energy, Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like the emphasis here is on who you are in this big picture. Okay, like, so while you're calling in partnership, perhaps, let's say, you're calling in that love, you're working that magic at this time, the focus is on who you are in that partnership. How do you visualize yourself behaving? What love do you want to give? Not just what you want to receive, but what do you want to give? What kinds of things, what sort of role do you want to take up here? There is a strong aspect here that is also very much connected to earth magic. So this could be working with a plant. So maybe you either give offerings to a specific tree that you may work with, or working some earth magic in the sense that you're planting something. Maybe there's a plant that you have been nurturing in your home that you now plant outside. There's some you'll know what this is. We have the image of the bunny here. So I did do a messages from Rabbit. There may be a message there for you in that video. You can just find it on my YouTube channel. The card of Temperance. So the divine is at work here to bring balance. So I think this is where the energy of partnership comes in, and the feminine and masculine, and the past, present, and future, all coming into this really interesting balance at center. I'm really drawn to this image of a rose. I feel like reflecting in a rose garden, or being drawn to roses, or working with the plant of rose could be a really excellent tool for you at this time. There's also a bird here. Is it a bird? Apparently I need glasses. I think there's a bird drinking from her cup. Okay. I just heard sing the song of the 6 birds. So that's for someone. Sing the song of the 6 birds. And I know that, you know, I follow like a Celtic tradition. I know some of you are more traditional witchcraft. Some of you are working your own medicines. And so there's all different traditions informing this. But generally, temperance is like... it's like the part of what you are creating that you cannot see, the hidden, what the divine is drawing in for you. And that comes through in this innocence, this release into song, this release into like frolicking, into accepting a new level of innocence, or even accepting a new level of ignorance. So perhaps you found an area in your life where you don't have as much knowledge. This could be discovering a new realm to your craft or to your magical practice. So maybe you have worked in, it's interesting that I went through the tradition. So maybe you've worked in one tradition, but your ancestors are calling you to another one, or something of that nature. To take a look at that. The Emperor, wow, that's really powerful. Okay, so this really speaks of coming into a role as, so when we're looking here, this authority on your own future, on your own life. You are the best authority on your own life. With the this red string, there's this thread. Okay, so if you're not sure what it is that you are looking for the future, try to find the thread. And one of the threads can be your vision of divine partnership, okay? Or your vision of a balanced self. So what common threads have come up? So maybe you've been through a lot of different career options or a lot of different relationships. What is the thread that runs through them? What is the commonality? And instead of that thread being something that you're anxious about, like, I have consistently made these mistakes, I have consistently been drawn to these things. Okay. This is the Aries energy. So we have Aries, Sagittarius, Aries, Virgo. A lot of fire energy. A lot of build up to Leo. It feels like Leo, by the time we get to the Leo new moon, there will be this kind of cresting. There will be this rise. Wow, the High Priest. Yeah, this is a powerful time, you guys. So the High Priest has these magical figures. It's so important for you to call in guides right now. If you haven't worked with guides before, find someone that you can work with. I do that work with people, but there's other people that do that as well. You can find free resources on YouTube to find your spirit guides. There's all different traditions as well that will have different methods. So, my methods are not the same as someone else's necessarily. But I see you calling in your guides from all elements. So whatever work you're doing now, call the corners. And whatever tradition that comes from, call the corners and have more of a ritual. So what I'm seeing here is that there is more ritual magic happening at this time. There's more formal magic that's happening, but I'm not really seeing a circle or a coven. I'm seeing that you work in partnership or alone. This feels like very individual, independent magic. Okay, so I'm going to pull some oracle cards from the magical spell cards. And we have the card of organization. Purpose, planning, efficiency now come to me so easily. Yeah, and it's almost through this release to this childlike energy, to the divine, to what is. It's almost through that release that you actually draw in the organization. But the other part of that is kind of formalizing your ritual. So the only thing for me that formalizes ritual, like it doesn't have to be with all these steps or whatever. It doesn't have to be high magic. It can be just that you call the corners, you know, because I think that we work magic in lots of different ways. And a lot of times I work magic without calling corners or doing anything like lighting a candle or anything like that. But this would be, you know, bringing more of those tools into the practice. Not saying you have to buy anything, but that, oh my goodness. Harvest. As the waves of the ocean are infinite, as the trees in the forest grow tall, let my work now bring me to harvest. I am ready to receive my all. You may want to write that down. This could be an incantation to use by the water. So let's get some making magic cards. I don't know what to tell you. This is, you know, and this is the energy of the sacral in combination with the throat. So again, with the singing, you may want to sing a song. Sing a song of the 6 birds. Sing to your ancestors. Sing to your love that you're drawing in, if that's what you're drawing in for your love life. Sing to the future. Sing to the past. Call all your guides. Call all your resources. Dragonfly, you bring light to this world. So the other aspect of that is working with fire. We started with that. So if you are looking to release something before the new moon, working with fire to purify, to release. But I feel like the work is done in a bath by water. So the releasing work before you are calling in, you release through fire, you call in through water. Felix Felicitas, power symbol to create lucky, serendipitous events. There is so much of this luck and serendipitous energy available at this time. We're conjuring, we're conjuring, we're conjuring. Yes, I told you. All the corners, okay? Call the corners. The elements of fire, air, earth, and water combine to create powerful protective boundaries, spiritual, mental, physical, emotional. So when you are working this generational magic, when you are working to bring the past, present, and future together, the feminine and the masculine, all of this, everything that we've been seeing for this harvest, this is also keeping in mind. So not only what do I see for my future, what is there physically, how do I feel? What is my mental state? So, you know, where is my anxiety at? What kinds of thoughts am I having? You know, what kinds of things am I thinking about? What do I want to be thinking about, right? So if it is a future career, what kind of thoughts are you taking home with you? Or what kind of thoughts are you having on a regular basis? And is that something that you're really excited about, interested in, that kind of thing that's fueling you? So it's the spiritual, mental, physical, and emotional aspects that you're also bringing together. Everything is coming to center right now, and it's creating this this harvest. Okay, we're starting to get things from the garden. So really emphasizing and focusing on the things that you can harvest from the land around you, the foods that you can have from the land around you. That's going to fuel this magic as well. So if you have a day that you're planning to work ritual, potentially for that day, only eating locally sourced foods, that kind of, and when I say locally sourced foods, like I can go for a walk and pick berries from like a path near me. I live in a city. There's always, that bounty is always available when you're looking for it. I feel that I need to get 2 of the Forest Fae for you before we're done. So if you're still with me, thank you for being here. If you'd like to book a personal reading, if you'd like to do any of this work with me, let me know. You can just email me at chrysalisinvictus@gmail.com, and we can set something up over Zoom. Okay, so we have the Autumn Fae. Oh, this is that energy of harvest. Go slowly and listen closely for the words of the tree spirits. Okay, so the tree spirits as well. We had that here with the Queen of Pentacles, working with trees. And the old path, walk in unknown territory to see from a new perspective. Yeah, and this was the energy of the Fool, and of being youthful and opening your eyes, accepting some level of innocence, or the word ignorance keeps coming up, but I don't mean it like ignorance in a negative way. It's sort of like embracing the things that you don't know, or embracing a path where you don't have a lot of information and you have to newly discover what that path is about. Oh, one more Forest Fae. So I wish you all the best with this magic, you guys. I think this is such a beautiful time. Please let me know how it goes. The Gnome of Mushrooms and Buttons. Ooh, I love this. Seek silliness and joy. They are wise teachers. Yes. Thank you for bringing this back. So the silliness and joy are the wise teachers. This Page of Chalices and this Fool. Inform temperance. So as you feed joy, as you feed that silliness, as you feed that childlike wonder into this magic, that is going to help the divine bring what you are looking for toward you. Okay, which looks to be a lot of leadership, and like a new solid beginning, a victory, some wisdom, and ultimately the harvest. So that's what I have for you. Thank you so much for joining. Take care.